the biscuit, taste the pain. 3 years running, second place again. We used to lead, now we just chase. Didn't even touch first this time, what a waste. Don't touch that soccer sauce. He's Limp Bizkit, smooth but still no boss. 5 years dry, no shiny prize, just pretty passes and Twitter cries. Taste the biscuit, taste the bluff. It's all clean boots, but not enough. Arteta talks like we're built to win, but silverware's allergic to the North London grin. We brought women dog, but we lose even more. 3 times second, never the king. And this year, we didn't even lead a thing. Same TikTok reels, same post-match tears, same false dawns for 5 long years. From invincible pride to annual pain, we chase our tail like it's part of the game.
Banger. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this my favorite stream of the week, guys. On a Tuesday, we're here to talk about Liverpool Football Club. You get me, my club. Is my light off? My light is on. We're here to discuss a lot of things, guys. So many different topics today. So hold tight, like the video, subscribe. Joining me, first and foremost, my brother, the biggest criminal in the north, man. Like, hello, Thomas.
Hello, mate. You know you let that play out the whole time.
Yeah, but I feel nice today.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I knew you would remember. I knew the other guy wouldn't remember, so I added you first.
Thank you.
100%
I mean,
he would
maybe you should have added me second then, so we could have exposed him.
I knew for a fact he wouldn't have remembered. I just knew it. I'm fucking 30, Tom. Getting old, man.
Well, 7 years older than me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have grandchildren soon. Anyway, speaking of someone who has grandchildren, the biggest criminal in South London is here. Hi, Callum.
Happy birthday. I actually didn't forget your birthday. Shall I tell you why I didn't forget your birthday, Husam?
Why?
1, because it's 2 days after my son's birthday. And 2, I was actually going to do a little surprise, but I'm not now because you thought I'd forgotten. Look,
what's the surprise?
I've even got stuff like this. I've got balloons here ready and stuff.
Hey, let's go.
Exactly. But no one believes in me. You all think I've got blessings, bro. Welcome to the 30 club. All downhill from here, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, enjoy.
Can't believe I'm fucking 30, man, honestly.
Yeah, enjoy, bro. It's downhill, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Thank you so much for the positive energy, Callum.
You know me, bro. Telling the truth all day, every day.
Yes, you're a truth sayer. You're a truth sayer.
Felipe's absolutely right. I'm not even going to lie to you. I am recycling some of Stevie's balloons and stuff. I am. I'm not going to lie to you. 100%. You guys all know me. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a cheap person. 100% I'm recycling.
The reason why the balloons weren't shown on streams, it doesn't say happy 30th birthday. It's like happy 2nd or 3rd.
No, it says happy 6th. I was going to show happy 6th birthday. Yeah, 100%. But 6 times.
Yeah, but
5
then you could pass that off as 6 Champions Leagues and no one would know.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
See?
That's why I did
it. Easy. Big up to everyone locked in. Guys, for people who don't know, I think I was meant to be a Liverpool fan. I'm born on the last day Everton won a trophy. That's literally my birthday. 20th May 1995, the last time Everton won a trophy. That's literally my birthday. So, regardless, we love every single one of you guys. I see all of you guys' birthday with wishes in the chat. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. That's actually so true, Josh, because I actually pinched a nerve in my back 2 weeks running. So maybe I'm going to start to introduce stretching and shit now. You get me? I'm like, oh, when you're an athlete and you hit your 30s, you start stretching. I'm going to start worrying about stretching now.
You don't believe me? It's downhill, bro.
Bro, allow me, man. Allow me. Let me think positively.
Do you want me to lie to you, Sam? Is that what you want? Do you want me to lie to you? Do you know what? You'll feel fantastic every single day for the next 10, 15 years, bro. You'll feel better than you did in your 20s, sorry. There you go. You happy?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Anyway, big up everyone locked in. Make sure guys are liking the video. Make sure guys are subscribing. Matt is going to be hopping on anytime soon. Like the video, guys, and subscribe. All the guys' channels is in the description. Tom, I'll let you decide. What topic should we start with first? You're on mute.
Oh, I don't really mind. I know. Did we ever think I would be professional now? I mean, should we talk about the really devastating loss that we had last night that I'm still really hung up about? That, now means we can't match Arsenal's points total from last year, which should mean we
can talk about that because I am triggered a little bit by the stuff that Arsenal fans have been saying, but I'll let you speak first.
I mean, on the game, it was just funny. We played some really nice football at points. You can see what we want to do next year in terms of the build-up and the fullbacks and that. I feel a bit with Jarell Quansah. Why the fuck's he always at the scene of the crimes? He's like guilty by I don't even necessarily think he was at fault for many of the goals yesterday. But you look at every single goal. I guarantee you the screenshot where they get him behind or they have to shot. Jarell Quansah's there somewhere.
Quansah was good. Quansah was good yesterday. Kanate stunk yesterday.
Yeah. So I'm asking for how much money and they can't and they're being outperformed by Jarell Quansah.
Don't do that, Tom. Don't do that.
Oh, maybe slow them waste hands a little bit, mate. And then
No, don't do that. Don't do that. He's had a fantastic season. One game shouldn't deter that.
I'm just saying. But if anyone's really asked, they shouldn't be. I thought that it was quite funny. There was 3 good things that I learned from yesterday. 1, I don't have to watch Kostas Tsimikas at Liverpool again after this season. Absolute win.
Here we go.
2, I don't have to watch Darwin Núñez at this football club ever again after this season. Absolute win. And 3, I had to watch Trent Alexander-Arnold stand there with a face like a smacked arse because you realise what he's thrown away. Absolute win. So that people say we lost 3-2. In my eyes, we won 5-3.
No, he's shit. Husam, he's actually the most shameless person I know.
Go ahead, Callum.
Tom, that is shameless as hell, bro. So I'll be honest with you. I was frustrated last night about the performance, but it's not stayed with me. Like I was just frustrated at the performance with the players, but we've won the league ultimately. But I think as fans we're allowed to be frustrated at watching our team play below par. Like regardless of the league being wrapped up or not. I just don't think it needs to go into agendas and narratives and stuff like that.
What agenda did I possibly run there?
No, I'm not even saying you. I just see a lot of the fan base was running certain agendas when we went live straight after the game yesterday, and I didn't necessarily agree with that. However, I will say this though, I think it has shown up some of the mentality of some of the players in the squad and some of the lack of quality in the squad as well. I want to touch on Harvey Elliott. I love Harvey Elliott. I said this yesterday. For anyone who's born outside of Liverpool but is been living in England, Harvey Elliott's kind of living the dream. We're all kind of living the dream through Harvey Elliott because he's playing for his boyhood club. He loves Liverpool. You can see he always gives 100%. I just don't think he can fit into a slot system as a number 10. I still think he could potentially be Salah's right wing backup because I think Salah's going to play the majority of games. But I don't think he can be a 10 in this team, not for slot. I just think he's a bit too lightweight, but he's a fantastic player and always gives 100%. So it would be sad if he does go, but I understand why slot doesn't give him more game time.
I mean, you have to
Jamie, I'm not 40.
I want to touch on something more important,
Jamie,
and I really like this has been bugging me since yesterday. guys, as the probably the angriest Liverpool YouTuber on Liverpool YouTube, I want to say something. There's nothing that I like despise more than when someone is fake mad. I get like there are certain, like, obviously when you're watching a game of football, you're gonna go through the emotions. You're gonna be like angry here and there. Like I was like mad here and there for a second, but we're league champs. Respectfully, no one gives a shit. I wouldn't care if we won the league on 75 points, on 60 points, on 50 points. I literally couldn't give a flying, you know what. That's just the reality of the situation. Yesterday, I saw Liverpool fans in the chat going like, "Talk about Salah, talk about this guy, talk about that guy." I'm like, guys, we're league champs. No one gives a flying fuck, to be honest with you. Literally, no one gives a shit. You are 42. No one gives a shit, to be honest with you. So the truth of the matter is,
At least you took 3 years off it now, Cal. You wear 45.
yeah. The truth of the matter is, guys, I give you something. 1995, the year that I was born, Manchester United won the league on 75 points. You want to know what people say 30 years later? Ferguson has 13 leagues. No one cares. No one, literally no one. Like people can come up here and say all the stupid shit they want to say. Oh my god, we aren't gonna match. And actually, the biggest copium has not even been like us fans, like as Liverpool fans, because we're just celebrating our league title. The biggest scope has been Arsenal fans going like, "Oh yeah, Arteta was right. You're not gonna match our points tally," and what? Okay, using Arteta's logic, the teams that finished second with Jurgen Klopp are better than the Invincibles. They had more points. If anyone wants to have that conversation, let's have it then. The team that did not win the league on 97 points is better than the Invincibles. The team that did not win the league on 92 points is better than the Invincibles. So now what? So now I'm gonna do a combined 11 with the team that finished second, and I'm gonna put all the Liverpool players because they were better than the Invincibles, right? That's the stupid logic. Arsenal fans are just such a bunch of, like, the ones online are so annoying. Big up to Dan Potts and others who were tweeting going like, guys, no one cares, they're league champs. Guys, you want to know why we aren't gonna catch Arteta's points tally from last season? It's because we stopped playing. The players were in Dubai 2 days ago. We all saw the Instagram pictures. They were on the beach. They didn't even have a training session. This is nothing short of pre-season. This is pre-season. No one cares. No one cares. But Arsenal fans are so irritating. Big up to Matt.
What's going on, man?
Goes to normal.
What's going on, peeps?
Big up. Thank you, Elias. So the point is, like, people sit up here and say stuff when our manager was in Ibiza and our players were in Dubai. And I'm supposed to give a fuck about a loss away to Brighton. Like,
Do you know what it is? They're trying to find any reason to explain why, or to justify why they didn't win a title, and to explain why, oh, it'll be fine because they'll do it next year. Because I think they all deep down know that they should have done it this year, and the excuses don't necessarily wash. At the end of the day, shock. A team that trains once, I think they've trained 3 times in 3 weeks. A team that's trained 3 times in 3 weeks isn't necessarily best prepared to go win Premier League football matches. Who'd have thought? Does anyone care? Absolutely no one cares.
nope.
It's an arbitrary points total, which ultimately meant fucking nothing because it's not like they won the league last year. You got 89 points. Woo. It's not even like you got 90. You've still not cracked 90. I'd be a little bit more honest if you cracked 90. No one gives a shit. We are basically in pre-season. You know what the most exciting thing about yesterday was? I was waiting. The game was on. I was watching the game, and I kept refreshing Twitter going, I can't wait for the next Florian Wirtz update.
I hear it.
That was it. No one gives a shit about these games. And
The
if they
team
think,
went on holiday.
if they think this was bad, if they think these last 3 games have been bad, wait till Sunday. Because not only will Liverpool not give a flying fuck, Palace also will not give a flying fuck.
I did. Can you guys see me now?
Yes.
I
Did
just
the whole
like-
stream just lag out?
Oh, was it me? I thought it was me.
I thought it was just me.
I literally
I thought
just
it's
lagged
me.
out as well.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just like that as well. I thought it was me because my connection's
Okay,
been a
then
bit
it's a
iffy.
StreamYard thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I disagree about Sunday actually, Tom. I actually think we'll be very up for it in the same way
I
we
do
were
agree
in
with Callum.
1920 when we played Chelsea before we lifted the trophy. I think we'll be up for that game.
No, there'll be a pride thing about it, but it's not a case of, oh my God, we have to win that game, and I'll be very angry if we don't.
No, I think it'll be a party mood, and I think that will contribute to the boys playing well on the pitch as well.
It'll be a
yeah, I think we'll play well Sunday.
If that doesn't come on as well. I love the fact he brought Endo on it right back yesterday. That warmed my heart so much.
What do you think of the Trent reaction at the end?
That's someone who's realised he's fucked it.
That's a sign of there's two ways I see it, right? One is the look of regret, and two, it's entitlement that I'm not getting that send off that I thought I was gonna get. Well, no, you're not, because you're leaving, and the way you've done it, why would we give you some happy send off? And not only that, you threw your own party to make yourself feel better. That wasn't organized, as far as I'm aware, by Liverpool. It was organized by him. And that says a lot, if you ask me. So, but that look that he gave was like, sugar. All right. There's nothing I can do now. That's tough, though, isn't it? You've decided to leave. Like, you wanted out. Now you got to live with the consequences. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you went out,
that's
what
the
did
look
you
of
really
someone
expect
who
was gonna
doesn't like the
happen?
consequences of their actions. They've made their decision. They think they're bigger than us. They're not getting a lovely little send off.
Like,
Jamie, does your wife know you say any of this shit, like on a real?
She probably does. She probably does.
She probably does. Fair.
do you know what I mean?
Sorry.
I don't even
God,
know
yeah.
what Trent expected, though. What did he really expect, though, if we're being honest? Like, so you said you're leaving. You read off a teleprompter. It just gets worse and worse the more we hear about how you wanted out and how it was engineered.
Did he
from a
throw the
couple of
party? Or
years
did the players throw the party for him?
No,
He threw the party.
He threw the party, bro.
Wow.
Not the players. He threw the party. He organized it.
He threw the party to thank you, which
Yeah.
is not something out of the ordinary, except I don't know many thank you parties, because I've been to a couple. I don't know many thank you parties where the whole brand is,
I've been to
how
a
good am
couple.
I? No, I'm just,
Because we unpopular Tom Little.
I'm just explaining.
I got
it's not
invited
for
to all
fuck's
the parties in the world.
sake. Yeah, very funny. But he's sitting there, and this thank you party, the branding is all about, look at how good I am, look at my summer of 66. The branding is stupid anyway, because you can't wear 66 in Spain. Well done.
Yeah.
But it's all about... What sort
Why
of
can't
thank
you wear
is-
66 in Spain?
Because
Yeah,
the
they got
rules, you got to wear
1
to 25.
Yeah.
Says who?
Says the fucking
La
Spanish
Liga.
FA.
So
Why?
That can't be
I've never
true.
heard of that rule.
Because what
Wait,
if-
are you being
what-
serious or are you joking?
Yes,
What
I'm
about one of
serious.
the academy players?
Yeah, what
The
about the
acad- the-
academy player?
The academy players are the exception, but the moment you become registered in the first team, you've got to take number 1 to 25.
Are you being serious or are you like
No, he's
joking?
dead serious.
Oh my god!
No, he's being
Sam.
real. He's being
That-
real.
No,
He's
you
not-
can't, so you can't
It
even
would
be
a
like
shit
number.
joke.
You can't even be like number 30 or something. Nothing
No,
like
you've
that.
got to be 1 to 25.
Yeah, if you're registered as a first team player, you have
Either 1
it's
to
1 to
25, 1
25.
to 26.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't think he was ever going to be number 66 anywhere else anyway.
Well, and his branding for his whole summer of 66 is stupid then, because no one at Liverpool is going to remember 66 very fondly.
I think he's just trying to do the whole I was number 66. It's historical for Liverpool. That's what obviously that was the notion in it.
Let me just check something real quick.
But
Who else
Matt,
wore number 66?
before we, Matt, do you actually give a shit
no,
about the game?
no, like we lost the game. Like, don't get me wrong, Liverpool could lose a preseason game. And I'm like, oh my days, how do we lose that? But it's not gonna affect me like that. Like we lost, but I don't care at the same time. Like the league's done. I don't care about the rivals saying things like, oh, you didn't make it to 90 points, you didn't make it to 89. But if I couldn't give a damn. How about this? Work smarter, not harder. Arsenal worked harder, not smart. How about that? Idiots. Whoever agrees with that is an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like, bruv, you win the league with the amount of points that you need to win that league that season. if Liverpool was so focused on wanting to break the 90 point barrier, we wouldn't have gone on holiday. Do you know what's so crazy? Not just the players, the manager went on holiday as well. The whole team, the whole club said, you know what?
Everyone went on holiday, bro.
Yeah, the whole club went.
The only
No, we don't
person
have it.
still
We
at
don't
the
need to do no
club.
more, bro.
The only person still at the club was fucking Richard Hughes, so he could show fucking Wirtz's family around Cheshire.
That's what
That
I'm
was it.
saying. Yeah. So like, we don't care. Here's the thing. People always want to try and downplay when Liverpool win a league. We won the league during a world pandemic, which is one of the hardest things to do in general anyway, because there's bigger things to worry about, but you're still trying to do your job at the same time. There was a lot going on. We win the league. Oh, everyone was distracted. Now we win the league. Apparently, it's an easy league. But it's an easy league, though. But 16th and 17th are in the Europa League final. Liverpool won the Premier League. What else is there from Europe? I feel like there's another team in Chelsea are in the conference final. Is it? Are they in the conference final?
Yeah.
But apparently the league is dead. Like, people just need to just be like, you know what? Liverpool were the best team. We can't say nothing. Because you know what's so crazy? At the start of the season, I didn't hear nothing about the Weagiso leak. I didn't hear a peep. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not my fault that the other teams couldn't do it.
Because Arsenal thought they could win it. When Arsenal think they can win it, the league's incredibly strong. And look at how good we are. We're in a strong league. When they can't win it, it's a shit league.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll be honest with you, and I said this actually 2 days ago on my watch along. I am no longer blaming Arsenal fans for what they say. I'm actually blaming Mikel Arteta now, because all Arsenal fans are doing are just following in the footsteps of their manager, because their manager is their manager is you're a screaming image of your manager. This is just the truth. So everything they have said like about their manager is everything that their manager is saying, they're simply imitating. You know, Igal's first tweet after yesterday's game was, Arteta was right. Yeah, but who cares? We're league champs. But because Arteta himself made that excuse, you can't even blame Igal like that. Because if his own manager is saying that shit, what is he supposed to say?
Yeah,
That's
they're
just
down bad, man. They're down bad.
Yeah, they are
But
down bad.
It's lovely to see, though. The only people I feel sorry for are people like Dan Potts.
Yeah, he's like
sneeze. It's a bit of a weird reaction.
yes. I'm sorry for sneezing, Tom.
Well, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm just a bit confused at why Dan Potts reacted to our game like that.
Listen, Dan Potts didn't sneeze. Dan Potts came out and said, like, obviously, no one cares about the points tally. It's all about winning the league, and that's what I agree with, to be honest with you. But anyway, listen, I want to move on from these topics. Let me just grab a couple of these super chats, and then we're going to move on to talk about the transfer stuff, which stuff people actually give a fuck about. Big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. We've got 1,200 people in here. Obviously, that's because of me and Tom. So get the likes up, chat. Let's get the likes up, please. Let's get 500 likes. Let's get 500 likes ASAP. Come on, we got 1,200 people in here. It's a special occasion. At least like the video. Yani, have some shame. Big up to Sharif. This is the same guy that did the video, innit?
I think it is, yeah.
Yep, that's Sharif.
A week after turning 30, I got Sciatica.
Sciatica.
Say that again.
Sciatica.
Sciatica.
It's a back condition.
Yeah.
That's the nerves.
Before then, never had any muscle nerve issues. Really is downhill from here. Happy birthday. You never walk alone. Love you, Cal.
You don't love me, Sharif, bruv. Look at the flipping profile picture you have. You don't love me, Sharif. You don't
Callum
love
the scientist.
It's tough love, Cal.
No, he said it's love in disguise, apparently. Like, reveal it then, bro. Like reveal. Like, pause, but reveal.
Thank you, Sharif. Thank you.
Getting
Keep
dragged
cooking
That
Callum's
AI
ass.
pick is crazy, you know.
Keep cooking Callum's ass. Don't worry about it, Sharif. Big up to Lee, who says, happy birthday, brother, and hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Lee. Yesterday, actually, at night, my dad surprised me. He got me the Liverpool kit.
Oh, nice.
He spent FSG money. He gave FSG money.
Bro,
He
I
got
was trying to find that kit. You know, I can't find that kit anywhere. Like any of the kits. They're all sold out. All of them.
Yeah. This
So
is the
much for
first
Nike.
birthday gift I've had in a while because I usually just tell them, guys, no one gives a fuck. Like, it's just a birthday. But yeah, my dad actually went and got me the kit and he hid it away as well. And then he gave it to me this morning. So big up. W Dad. You get me. Yesterday, when he was sat next to me in watching the game, when you guys were there on the watch along, and like I was reading out super chats that were telling me happy birthday, he pretended he didn't hear, you know. He pretended he didn't hear, you know, like act surprised the day later, like, oh look, there you go. That's the Liverpool kit. My mom told me he hid it for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Like, where the fuck did you hide that kit for 2 weeks? But anyway, I got it. Big up, Dad. Big up to you, Lee. Happy birthday, Husam. Big up. Thank you so much, JK. I appreciate you. Thank you, my brother. Big up to Terry Tibbs, who says, LB, the City fan, just refunded my super chat because they all hyped saying they are robbing Kerkez. And I said, stick to trying to get, I was about to say Machine Gun Kelly. I don't know why. Morgan Gibbs White, Kerkez is en route here, is what Terry Tibbs is saying. But what do you mean refunded your super chat? Like he sent you your money back because he said you're going to take Kerkez. That's not a City signing. City now plays centre backs and left backs and invert. We're saying fuck all that. Let's go all out, habibi. Big up to Terry Tibbs says no, it's a fact. Academy is 26 to 55. Fairs, so he can't even wear 66. Fairs. I was thinking of Ronaldo 90, but then I remembered that's AC Milan. Not Real Madrid.
Quick one. I was going to ask you guys if you could all choose a number to play. Let's say you're professional and you could choose a number. What number would it be?
23.
Mine would be 5 or 6.
Mine would be 89. By the way.
Why? Because that's how many years old you are. Sorry, that was very low hanging.
Oh wow!
That was very
wow!
Wow. Okay, Tom. Wow. I see it. No, that's the year I was born. But Gerrard and Fowler, my two favorite players as well. So
you're not
I
born
don't
in
really.
89. You're born in 79. Stop lying to me.
Probably like 11. Probably 11.
I forget the wing wizard and that.
Yeah, for the winger, innit? Like or 7 even 11 or 7.
What number does Madueke wear?
Oh, don't get me started with that guy, bro.
It's okay. It's okay. You're right. You're better than him. Big up to Terry Tibbs who says Betis and Spurs to win. Come on, bro. Tomorrow, like I already told Vel, set up the thumbnail for the watch along, bro. I'm gonna be supporting Spurs. Like I have been a Spurs fan my whole fucking life. You guys have
you know it's gonna end bad though, isn't it? It's not.
No, because actually this year is the year of the fucking surprises. I won't even lie to you. Crystal Palace, Newcastle. Listen, we are Carabao Cup heritage, and Newcastle beat us at Wembley. Come on now. If that doesn't give you belief that Spurs are gonna do it.
All right, Sam. All the best for it, man.
You think Spurs? No, Spurs ain't gonna do it, man.
Spurs ain't winning nothing, bro. No Kulusevski, no Madison. Like it's done, bro.
Exactly. So it's gonna come from somewhere weird.
Tom, thoughts on Trent's cousin giving poverty shouts about the Breck Road, money sponging, ticket touting rats from top to bottom?
They can all go fuck themselves.
For the non-Scousers, Tom, can you explain what the Breck Road is so we can understand?
Breck Road's a part of Liverpool which is underfunded and probably one of the lower quality parts of the city, and yet the people are still proud to be from there and still, you know, represent Liverpool much better than Trent does at the minute, and probably ever will do at this point.
I don't understand people who mock poverty. Like that's something that I just don't understand.
That's not the only thing they've done. The cousin also sat there and applauded someone calling us all victims as well. So that whole family seems to be very out of touch at the minute with the city that gave him everything. But hey, what do I know?
That's fucked up. Lad, let them cry. The tears are so much sweeter, is what Terry's saying. Yeah, don't worry. I'm letting all the Arsenal fans cry their eyes out, so they can hold that. Big up to Mr. Tibzo, who says, greetings, esteemed panel. Love you, Tibzo. Remember us getting 92 points and 97 points and not winning the league? Of course, we won the league with 99 points. AFTV amnesia. Yeah, listen, if Igal's going to be on A-listers, inshallah, next week, if he brings it up, I'll say to his face, okay, the teams that finish second with Liverpool, they're better than the Invincibles. You see all this 49 undefeated? Shove it where the sun don't shine. We had more points. Hold. Simple as. You get me? So, yeah. I saw them post their ceiling is our floor or something like
Oh,
that.
that made no sense as well. That made zero sense. No, 89 points is your ceiling this season. So, big 72 points, that's your floor.
Guys, why are we speaking about Arsenal?
This is what I'm saying. That stuff that didn't even bother me.
No, seriously, guys. All
Bother
jokes
me at
aside,
all.
why are we speaking about Arsenal? They've not won anything.
I'm
this
just calling
season.
out people
They
who don't
didn't
make
win
any logic.
No, but they didn't win anything last season. They didn't win anything this season. The season before last, they didn't win anything. We're champions. We won something last season, even when we played rubbish at parts. And the season before that, did we not win something as well? Or was it the season before that? Either way, we've won way more than Arsenal have won in the last 5 years. In fact, in the Premier League era, which we're always ridiculed about, Arsenal have 3 Premier League titles and I think 7 FA Cups. Liverpool, on the same metric, I'll actually read it out because I had to bury a couple of Arsenal fans the other day with this stuff, which was very delightful, by the way.
We got 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Champions Leagues, a
2 Champions Leagues, Europa. I think a few League Cups, FA Cups, Super Cups. So why are we still
5 League Cups with the 2 with Klopp as well?
Yeah, so why are we going back and forth with Arsenal fans right now?
Yeah, you got 2 with Klopp. You got 2012. You've got 03, 01.
Not Holy, yeah.
95.
So that's already 5.
So that's 5. That's 5.
Did we win anything in the 90s?
Yeah, you won a Milk Cup when McManaman scored 2. I don't think you won an FA Cup though. So FA Cup wise, you've got 2. No, you got 3 because of 01, 06, and 2022.
I'll read out the list. So it is 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Champions Leagues, 1 Club World Cup, 3 FA Cups, 6 League Cups, 1 Europa, and 3 Super Cups, European Super Cups. They have 3 Prems and 7 FA Cups in the Premier era. Again, respectfully to Arsenal.
Do they not even have a League Cup?
But yeah,
no.
Why are we doing
the last time was George Graham, wasn't it? League Cup.
Again, I'll ask, what are we going back and forth with Arsenal fans about?
But this is what I mean, though.
Servant of spirituality. Happy birthday, Husam. May Allah bless you with many more. Thank you, Habibi. Even as an Arsenal fan, I really respect Liverpool. You, Tom, and Cal. Keep it up.
Fuck
Big
you,
up.
Matt.
Fuck you, Matt. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
No
Love
respect for you. No respect.
Big up. Jamie Phillips says, when I turned 30, I got married. I wish I was still in my 20s and never went to that club. Anyway, happy birthday. Jamie's wife is sat next to him. I'm sorry, Habibti. I apologize. Jamie's just on one today. We were all of us on the panel send you our love.
This is Jamie. This is not Jamie today or
nah, for real. This is Jay though. Like this ain't like a facade.
When are we more concerned? When Jamie is like this or when Jamie isn't like this? We were the most concerned.
I'm
we
more
have
concerned about
Jamie
lack of professionalism, so I'm gonna have to do this because the people can't even see you. See how Matt is professional. We see him. Callum is professional. You are just sat there. We can barely see your face. Your face is already small enough. Big up to KB the Red who says, Matt, try DH Gate for the Champions kit, is what KB is saying.
Appreciate it, man, bro. Appreciate it, man. DH Gate, cool.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Husam. Big up and big up to Kopish. Thank you so much, Vida. Shukriya bhai. Big up to you. Shukriya bhai is thank you in Hindi and Urdu. See, I'm teaching you guys. Yes, he refunded it. He sent me my money back. He never read it out, and I got a notification. £5 refunded from Google Play. LB. Happy birthday, bro.
So I missed something. So, you're going to try and sign Kerkez now?
I think he spoke to LB, and LB told him that they were going to hijack Kerkez, and when it didn't happen, he refused to read the super chat and refunded him. That's what I gathered from his story.
Okay.
Yeah, so LB told
Madrid interested.
Yeah. Apparently, Man City are not interested in Kerkez, but I'm not worried. But I'm actually not worried.
Look, it's the Bournemouth. I'll be honest. It's the Bournemouth journal saying that, which to me is just a case of them trying to
my money. They're talking. Yeah.
Jamie, why are you so extra, Jamie? It's just so extra. He's always doing too much. Servant of Spirituality says, sorry, Matt, I sent the chat before you came on. See, it's not
big up, bro. Big up, man.
Yeah, big up to you. Thank you. Big up to Dimitri. Told you don't fuck with the Russians. Callum, your Russian accent sounds like bad French. I'm disappointed. Stick to Tyson. Husam, new music video awaits in the snap. Big up. Oh, I'm definitely gonna check that out right now as the guys are speaking. So.
Big up Dimitri.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's my thought. Yeah, that's my thought. You're gonna fuck with them Russians. Yeah, you're gonna fuck with them Russians.
I was about to. And I thought, let me
not. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
let me pick my battles a bit more wisely.
The talk started turning his head and he went, fuck, I'm not going to win this one.
Yeah, that's a battle I'm not going to win, is it? So, yeah, big up to me.
Yeah, you ain't gonna win this one. Yeah, you ain't gonna win this one right here. Big up to you, Dimitri. Fucking hell, it's not everyday Arsenal touch grass. Yeah, but Arsenal fans are everyday Liverpool. So what can we do? We're simply responding to the dumbass shit your fan base are saying. Anyway, big up to all the super chatters. Thank you all for the birthday wishes as well. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. We are on 300 likes, which is a lot better than 200. But let's try to get to 500 because we got 1,400 people in here because of me and Matt. So everyone, like the video, subscribe. And let's continue this. And I want to go to Matt actually next. Of course, transfer drama, Wirtz related information. Talk to me, Habibi. What's your thoughts on this whole?
Can I just say something first, Sam? Can I just say something first? Cal, you know how Husam likes to clown us too all day, and how he's got such a good partnership with Matt.
I mean, you do clown me as well, but cool.
Yeah, but that's by the by. We're trying to make a point here, Cal. but their partnership is so strong, and you know they never argue anything. Who's the one person who hasn't wished him a happy birthday so far today?
Oof.
Hold on, is your birthday today?
Oh.
I didn't even.
Maybe all the super chats we just read. Happy birthdays to who? Yani my mother.
Bro, sorry. Listen. My mind is like I've had a lot going on. Apologies, bro. I didn't even know. I didn't even know it's your birthday though. Real talk.
Yeah, it is. It is my birthday. I swear.
But you're not gonna get a forced happy birthday from me. No, I'm joking. Happy birthday. Bro. Ain't no one telling me what to do. Are you crazy, bro?
If you stood on business there, that'd be so dumb.
No. Brother, listen. Happy birthday, my bro. Come on, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tom literally threw a grenade and said, yeah, let's see how this does.
Tom, that is out of order, you know.
I just want to see if your team's still as strong. You know, birthdays are a big thing. I would never forget Cal's 47th birthday.
There it is. There he is. Round cue, bro.
Yeah, so Matt, tell me your thoughts on this whole Wirtz thing because you weren't there on Kopish.
Yeah. All right. So, Florian Wirtz, what can I say?
Sorry, Matt, to give a bit of context, obviously you weren't able to do the show. Drifty went about. I went live and then I got a phone call from someone while I was live. And
I'm going to guess it was Tom.
Hey, I'm not mentioning names, brother.
It was. I'll mention the names. It was.
I was then told, give me the link to the stream and I'll host it so you don't have to speak about said person. And then the link was also given to someone else, one of our other brothers.
Husam.
And he too also was on the show. Hey, I'm not mentioning any names, bro. And then I was told I can only refer to him as the Leverkusen guy from that one.
The Leverkusen number 10.
And I can only refer to the Newcastle striker as 14.
Yeah, that's something you definitely have to stick by.
I'm not allowed to mention anyone's names.
Hence
why I'm not mentioning names now.
Do you know what? Though? I'm going to say this. I'm going to stick up for Callum.
We're not authoritarian.
Say that again.
We're not authoritarian. You're allowed to talk about Benjamin Sesko.
Yeah. You are.
To quote someone on this panel, again, not mention any names, I'm risking my life next week seeing Cal in person. I might get hit by the bloody bus.
Yeah, that was me.
Who said that?
I don't know. Me. I don't know how this is going to affect me.
That sounds like Tom. All right, so sort it out, Cal.
No, you're not.
That is a bit rough. They raided the channel and said, "Yo, we're taking over."
Really not so.
But all jokes aside,
It's the curse of cow.
I'm not gonna do you dirty like that. It's okay. Just the first time.
That is crazy.
Just remember, I got access to the music. You get me.
Man's got
Anyway,
the tune as well, you know.
yeah, I got the tune. I got everything. Don't worry. Shout out Sharif in the chat. Love you, brother. Anyway, go ahead, Matt.
Man's released those masters. All right, here's what I'm gonna say. Florian Wirtz. I was as shocked as anybody when we first got linked to him. I did think it was a bit of like, Liverpool always do this. Like, we always go after a player who's normally gonna go somewhere else. And the reason I say that is because it normally happens. And I do have PTSD. And I'm going to read out, if I can find it, some names that were linked with Liverpool. And then we got involved in the transfer negotiation. Sure, many wanted Real Madrid. We're going to be there. Bellingham wants Madrid. We're going to be there. Caicedo wants Chelsea. We're going to be there. Zubimendi wants to stay in Spain, but we're going to be there. Kraver wants PSG, but we're going to be there. Florian Wirtz wants Bayern, but we're going to be there. As you can see, there's a long list of players that we've wanted to go and get, but they've always had their heart set to go to another club, innit? But I will say this, though. From all the news that's been coming out as of late, this could be the one that breaks the mold. And that is because Florian Wirtz hasn't necessarily decided who he's going to go to yet. I think he's leaning to go to Bayern. I think Bayern are the favourites. But I also feel like for his family to go to Liverpool and have a conversation with the club says to me that that door is a bit more open than what I thought it was. Because if not, you don't need to travel to Liverpool. Well, you don't need to do all that stuff. You don't even need to chat to nobody. You go and buy him, right? So if he's gone ahead and done that, or his family have, who represent him, that says to me that we're actually in with a good shout. Now, do I think he's still going to go Bayern? Yes, I do. Big up Lewis, still works for the Daily Mail. I think he's recently come out in the last hour and said he has a sneaky feeling about this one. He's like, so far,
What did he say? What did he say?
I'll tell you what he said now.
As well. He said he's got a sneaky feeling because he's not everything positive has been positive and everything negative hasn't been negative.
Yeah, so he said
so when he's asked for positive updates, he's got positive updates. When he's asked for negative updates, it's not being like, oh, the deal's not happening.
I just have a sneaky feeling with this one. The noise is positive. Not to say a deal will be done, but no negative noises. It definitely won't.
And he's
tempted by the idea of playing for Liverpool, and Liverpool are going to push hard for him. The money is there. Louis Steele.
The money's always there.
No. We found the Caicedo money in the back of the sofa, though, innit? It's one of them.
The money's always been there. Shall I be real?
I reckon we just sold Coutinho again. That's the only explanation for why we spent big money.
I think we found the Caicedo money. We never spent the Caicedo money. That's a separate case.
Shall I tell you why I'm not optimistic about this deal? I think as good advisors, you always look at the different options on the table, even if you think your client's made up their mind, because you never know what could be on the other side. So I think they had to go and see what our project was about. However, for me, this screams of he's made up his mind that he wants to go Bayern, but they're not. But Bayern and Bayer Leverkusen haven't come to an agreement. I think that's all that screams of. I
slightly differ. You are right in terms of they're not agreeing, but there's a lot of bad blood between the two teams in general. So they don't even want to negotiate with them. So in Bayern Leverkusen's mind, they'd rather sell him abroad if they can. If it's up to Bayern Leverkusen, they would definitely. When was the last time a Bayern Leverkusen player went to? All right, don't count Jonathan Tah.
2004.
Was that Michael Ballack?
I think it might have been Ballack. I think it was.
That's a long time, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Was it not 2000?
Well, did they sell Ballack straight to Bayern?
I feel like that was the last one. Yeah,
I thought the last one was Roberto, and it was in 2002.
No, I want to say it was Ballack. Someone said it was Lucia.
Ballack left in 2002 as well. So
didn't Ballack go to Chelsea first? I swear.
No. Ballack
no.
After Bayern Munich.
Oh yeah, he went to Bayern. Yeah. This is 2002.
It was Lucio.
Was it Lucio? Okay. All right. Well, what I'm saying is, I was back in 2004, guys. We're now in 2025. That's a long time.
But I think we're also missing another elephant that's in the room. He might just decide to stay at Leverkusen for another year, though.
Do you want to know what? Yes, but I think that's the most unlikely scenario. Reason being, their manager's leaving. Frimpong's just left. They're not going to be the same team. They even found it hard, obviously, this year. I think he kind of knows now's probably the time, in my opinion, that if you really want to go to the next stage of your career, you would have to go to a bigger club. Not disrespect to Leverkusen, but a Bayern Munich, a Liverpool. You would have to make that step.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be real. I remember what stream was I can't remember what stream it was, but I was joking about, and I said to Tom, I was like, it's like what did I say, Tom? Like 99% hope or something like that.
1% chance, 99% faith.
Yeah, that's changed for me now, though. That has changed. I'll be real. It's like more 40% chance. I think we got, bruv. There's a like Florian Wirtz's family going to Liverpool is a big deal, and you know what's so crazy? Before it even got revealed, everyone thought it was for Man City. Apparently, it was just for Liverpool.
Yes.
All the German journalists were like, "No, that's not correct."
Until the Bayern director came out and said what? He came out and said, "You guys write bullshit every week." It was actually Liverpool showing him around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, unless he is playing the sides, both sides in terms of he wants to get more money, because there is this whole thing of he has a pre-agreement with Bayern, which is probably like a contract negotiation. Obviously, you get these things happening in football all the time. Players via their agents will agree on contracts, even though they're not allowed to really speak to the club. Maybe he's like, nah, do you know what? That contract ain't good enough. I want more money, and if you ain't gonna pay that, I will go Liverpool. So this is where we have to kind of be careful as well, though, because we don't want to be dwelling in that deal for too long and then we lose out another target. So that's why I'll say if the Wirtz thing isn't sorted soon, we should move on to a next number 10, whether that's right, I feel like that should be like Ryan Shirky, or do you know what I mean?
I'd be willing to ride the Wirtz deal out. I think the drop in quality from him to the next option is big enough to where I'd be willing to ride this deal out for longer than I normally would.
Would you mind missing out on Shirky though?
I think I'm not necessarily the most sold on Cherky. Like I never have it. I think he's a good player, but I think Florian Wirtz is the complete package. I don't think Cherky is that complete package.
No, of course. Florian Wirtz is for me an elite 10.
Yeah, I think Florian Wirtz is the kind of guy. But Florian Wirtz would be on the level of a Van Dijk or an Alisson type in terms of impact and quality.
Don't you think you're exaggerating a little bit, Tom?
I do.
Florian Wirtz is the best number 10 on the planet, in my opinion. And if you get him now, not only do you have a guy who
I don't even think he's the best number 10 in that league.
There's no way you have Musiala ahead of him.
No, listen, I can't believe I'm saying this. I agree with Tom. I think he's the best number 10. You think
he's better than Musiala?
I don't think
he's a bet. Yeah, he is. He's a bet. Musiala is good, but Wirtz is more decisive. Wirtz for me has more. His game is more involved than Musiala. Musiala's still a little bit of a dribble merchant, and his decision making can be a little bit off. Wirtz for me is like the perfect creator. Not saying Musiala can't get to where Wirtz is, or he's not close, but I think Wirtz is ahead of Musiala. I've always said that in IT.
I don't think it's night and day between the two, though. I think
yeah, it's very close, but I just give the go ahead to Musiala because I think it's.
I think he is, believe it or not. Like, maybe not night and day, but let's say like if Wirtz is. If we had to, on a scale, like as a 10, Wirtz is a 10, Musiala's like an 8.5 or a 9.
I mean, Jamal Musiala, again, I know how good a dribbler he is, but if you're asking me who is better in the final third, it's Wirtz. I mean, I just had a quick look then. Jamal Musiala's only got over 10 assists once in a season. This season he's got 7. This season he's got 5. Last season he got 7.
How many goals has he got, though?
He's got 18 this season, 12 last season. Florian Wirtz has 16 and 18, but on top of that, he's got 14 assists and 19 assists.
Yeah, fair.
This is someone who is game-changing.
I don't think there's much between it, but I think Musiala is slightly better. But again, if we sign the Leverkusen guy, I'll be over the moon. But I think I might be being greedy here. I do think we could get both the Leverkusen and the Lyon guy if we really wanted to, because they can both cover wing and they can both cover the 10. And if Elliot's going, that many of us believe, then I don't think that's a bad move.
Potentially. I just think you need to get Wirtz done first, though.
Because if the Leverkusen guy is going to cost 85 mil, and a Leon guy is going to cost 19 mil. With all due respect, I do genuinely believe we can get those both over the line.
Especially if you get a decent amount of money for Elliot.
Yeah, you're right. I think there'll be a lot of competition for Shirky because obviously the price is so cheap. But I think with Florian Wirtz, for me, I agree with Tom. That's the one that you, in my opinion, that you try everything to try get him. I think Shirky, as good as Shirky is, if we miss out on Shirky, I'll be disappointed. But if we miss out on Wirtz, I'll be so gutted because for me, Wirtz is that like elite number 10. I think Shirky is a very, very good number 10, but can still get better. As good as Shirky is. Because I'd arguably say this is Shirky's best season. Shirky's last couple of seasons haven't been the greatest, if I'm not mistaken. They've been okay. Whereas Wirtz has been doing it now, what, 3 years in a row, Tom?
This was Shirky's breakout year. I look at it this way. This would be Liverpool signing a world-class player who is still yet to enter their prime for the first time since Fernando Torres in 2007. It'll be the first time we signed the bona fide world-class player since Thiago. And we've done that one because it was such a good price deal. Yeah. This is a sign of... This is a statement on a sign of intent to sign one of the best players to help not only the short term, but to build around for the long term. That, to me,
genuine question?
Is why I'm desperate for it to be done.
Is the Leverkusen guy £70 million better than the Leon guy?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I wouldn't go that far. No.
Yes.
But you got to pay that. Here's the problem, though. That's the price, isn't it? Like it's a bit like Caicedo when Chelsea.
The Leon guy's a year younger as well.
Yeah, I know. It's only 1 year.
The Leon guy's a year younger, but it's the catalogue of stuff I've got to work with. So I've seen Florian Wirtz win be the main guy in a team that's went an entire season unbeaten in his league and on a domestic double. With the greatest of respects to Ryan Cherky, and I know that you can only do so much in the team he's in, Leon have not done much of anything since he's been part of that first team. He's had a good year this year in terms of numbers, but Florian Wirtz was the best player in the Bundesliga last season and one of the best players in the Bundesliga this season. He's shown he can be incredible in a good team and a bad team across multiple positions. Florian Wirtz is in the category. So when you go into the summer and we're going to sign a marquee player, Florian Wirtz is in that category of marquee player. He's in the same conversations as your Isaks. He's in the same.
But once again, if we don't say he's in the same conversation as the Isak, Tom, you're doing too much now.
In fact,
no, he's not.
I'd rather have Wirtz than Isak. Wirtz is a much better footballer than Isak. Wirtz has more pedigree than Isak.
Why are you comparing a 10 to a 9?
No,
I'm saying.
Yeah, but Wirtz is a better footballer than Haaland.
I am saying type of signing. They are the marquee signing. They are the player you would spend 100 million plus quid on.
I agree with Tommy. Yeah, Tom's. I think Tom's right. If you're talking about marquee,
you guys are taking Wirtz over Isak. Are you mad?
No. I'm not saying that. What Tommy's saying is this, and this is why I agree with Tom. Like he's saying, if we sign Florian Wirtz, that is a marquee signing in the same way if we were to sign Alexander Isak. So let's say that, for example, we couldn't get Isak, but you get Florian Wirtz. That's still a massive marquee signing, Husam. But Florian Wirtz is one of the best.
I understand that Wirtz is a marquee signing, but we cannot say Wirtz over Isak.
No, he's not saying that.
He just did say that.
No. He said a better footballer.
Matt, learn from your brother here. He backed Tom Little 3 months ago, and he's regretted it every day since then. He wakes up with fucking regret every day.
I would rather this football club sign Florian Wirtz than Isak.
See,
that's a preference thing. That's him saying his preference. So there's a difference.
It's a safer deal and a better commitment to the style of play, in my eyes.
So Hassan, let me quickly ask you, because we very rarely disagree.
Yeah? Sorry to cut you, Matt. Why is it a safer deal?
So Alexander Isak will probably cost more money at this point in time, especially because Newcastle look like they're going to get Champions League football. Alexander Isak has,
so what have they done?
For all intents and purposes, less pedigree than Florian Wirtz.
Less pedigree?
You do know that Everton are Newcastle's bogey team, right? You know that?
Yeah. Husam, Newcastle have Champions League football on the line, last day of the season at home against Everton, who have nothing left to play for. They're winning that game.
You think?
When I say pedigree, yes, I think Wirtz has more pedigree than Isak. How many world-class seasons has Isak put together?
Tom, this is why I feel like you're going too far.
Let's be serious with it. Let's be serious with it.
I'm being serious.
Alexander Isak is 26, and this is he's had a really good season this year. He's got what 25.
He had a really good season
goals.
last season as well.
I was gonna say
he got so he's had 2 good years. 2 good years. I give him that 2 good years.
Tom,
And
within
if
the
you-
2 good years,
If you want to be generous, you give him a 3rd one at Sociedad in lockdown when he got 17.
within the
Outside of
2
that,
good
that's
years,
it.
Tom. Within the 2 good years, Tom, he's put himself as one of the best strikers in world football within 2 years. That's how great he is.
And Florian Wirtz
And with
hasn't done
Florian
that.
Wirtz, I understand Florian Wirtz has maybe done it 1 year longer, but what Isak has done is ridiculous to the point where every single top club wants to sign him. He's a world-class striker, isn't it?
Alexander Isak, in my eyes, has made himself the standout striker in a bad striker market. Florian Wirtz has made himself the best number 10 in a strong 10 market.
It's not a strong 10 market, Tom.
It is. Are you telling me the striker market's stronger than the 10 market?
They're about the same, bro.
If I go look at the best number 10s on the planet,
Bro.
Yeah, who are the available 10s? The
10
available
market.
9s are Isak, Alvarez, Gyökeres, Osimhen. There you go. That's 4 already.
are we saying are we including Alvarez as available? Are we?
Hold on. If we're talking about all 10s in world football and all 9, forget about who's on the market and all that. There is a shortage of 10s.
Yes.
Who even plays
I
with the 10
agree.
anymore?
That's exactly what I was going to
10,
How
10
many
is the,
people play
10
10?
is the stinkiest market out there, bro.
All
Not
right,
taking
Tom.
anything away
Other
from
than
Wirtz, by
Florian
the way.
Wirtz and Musiala, what other number 10s do you rate?
And a Leon guy.
Nico Paz.
No, I won't include Nico Pat. If we're going by players who I think play really good in the 10, I think Cole Palmer's a very good 10. And I just
Yeah,
think he's been
Yeah,
underutilised.
that's
Okay.
facts. That's big facts. Yeah.
I think Jude Bellingham is a good 10.
You don't play 10 anymore.
Jude ain't even really a
Right,
10,
but he
bro.
can play
He's an
10,
8.
can't he? Cole
I know
Palmer's
what you
played on the
mean.
right this year. Cole Palmer's played on the right this year.
We're
and
forcing it.
Ryan
We're forcing it a
Cher-
bit, though. with
Ryan
Jude.
Cherky's played on the right this year. Am I going to
Tom,
go he's a
no,
right
no,
winger,
but
not
Tom,
a 10?
Tom,
He's
we
a
are
10.
forcing it a bit with Jude. When you think of natural
We're forcing
10s,
it.
and you know what 10 is, Tom, come on, let's not do this.
Fine. If I can't have Jude, I'll put Kevin De Bruyne in there. I still think Kevin De Bruyne has an awful lot about him. That's why we were all sitting there going, I'd love us to sign him.
For a year, but I hear you.
But he's still a strong number 10.
All right, no. Listen to what you just said, though. You've had to use Kevin De Bruyne, who's on the way out, in the list to make up for a list that's great. Come on, Tom. That already shows you the list is failing.
Someone put down Victor Gyökeres. If we're putting down Gyökeres, I'll put down Pedro Gonçalves. But no one's going to put down Pedro Gonçalves, are they? The top number 10s in the world. You've got Erling Haaland.
Are you talking about
you've
Pedro
got-
Gonçalves from flipping from Sporting?
Yes, because he put down Victor Gyökeres from Sporting.
What for?
No, but Tom, what? No, Tom, don't do this. I don't play the same club.
Yeah, but Gyökeres
But
could win the
Pedro
European
Gonçalves,
Golden
he's
Boot.
done
bro.
nothing for about 2 years, bro.
If I go look at Pedro Gonçalves right now,
No, the
What's
fact
he-
that you
what's
got to
he-
look him up. The fact you got to look him up.
No,
Tom, means he's done nothing for the last 2 years.
I haven't been looking at his stats because I haven't.
You
been
don't
watching
look at
scores and that.
Gyökeres' stats either, but you know Gyökeres has been about it.
Yes.
But right, so
The
when we talk
number
about
10 market
Gyökeres,
is
we
the
talk about
worst
his
market.
stats.
Who the
I
hell was
disagree.
Pedro
I
Gonçalves?
disagree. It's the worst market. I think the
It is
striker
worst
market.
Shall I
The
tell you why,
striker
Tom?
market is worse.
Because not many teams play over 10, Tom. That's why the market's dead. Not many teams play over 10. Most teams play 4-3-3 now.
How is the striker market
we
dead
put-
when I just mentioned 4 names that would all make us significantly better?
Because guess what? There's names that I can say with an attacking midfield. I think the attacking midfield market is stronger than
That
the
are
10 market.
available, you cannot.
But you brought me Alvarez. But if Alvarez was available, we'd be after him. Alvarez is only
Okay.
available on the basis of a release clause.
Okay, forget
Tom,
Alvarez. Gyökeres, Osimhen, Isak. There you go.
Musiala, Florian Wirtz, Cole Palmer.
Not available. Who's third?
Did you say Musiala's available?
I mentioned available strikers. You don't.
right,
You don't see me say Haaland.
Available. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Man brought up Musiala like he's attainable.
Do you know
I'll
this
take-
feels weird, but big up Husam, man. Big up.
Florian Wirtz is one. I'd
Big up
say.
Matt and Tom. Big up Matt and Tom, the new tag team and that.
No.
Yeah, Matt,
Nah,
that's
nah.
what you do to yourself.
I mean,
Be careful.
You
bro.
know
No,
what, Husam?
I'm
Husam,
arguing against Tom right now. Only
Husam.
1 point I agreed with him. One
Husam,
point.
let me ask you this. I want you.
Gibbs
No.
White again,
Let
man, yeah?
let you say the
Regardless-
available 310s first.
Gibbs White is available, ain't he, Tom?
Yeah,
Gibbs White.
available 310s. I'd go Florian Wirtz. I
Gibbs
would
White.
go Morgan Gibbs White, and I would go probably. You wouldn't include Kulusevski, even though I think that he's played in the 10 points this year. So after that, it's either Danny Olmo or Xavi Simons.
Okay, Danny Olmo, perfect. So your three are Wirtz, Olmo, and Gibbs White. My three are Isak, Gyökeres, and Osimhen.
Hold on, what was it?
Who wins?
Isak.
Who wins in a 3v3 triple threat match? Who wins?
Hold on. Is Isak available? Is Isak available this summer?
Yes, he is. We know that for a fact because there is
I
no
thought-
smoke without fire because we've been chasing him for a year.
I think
So
for the
allow
whole-
him.
The whole notion's been if they get Champions League. The whole notion's been if they get Champions League.
For the right price,
Do I know
Tom, he's
for a fact
available.
that they're getting Champions League? I don't know that.
I'm sorry. How can you justify if Florian Wirtz is on offer for 100 million quid? You want to pay 150 million quid for a player more injury prone and has less pedigree than him up front in Alexander Isak.
Injury prone hype.
4 years older.
Out of the 47 games that Isak Newcastle had this season, Isak played 41 of them. Not available.
Brilliant! So we got 1 year. We got a year, guys. Guess what? Ibrahim Konate is never going to get injured now because he's given me 1 year where he only got injured once. Brilliant.
Tom, why are you crashing out?
Why are you crashing out? Konate
Because
is
there is no justification for wanting Isak over Wirtz. In my eyes, there's no
justification. What
There's
do we
no
need more in our
justification
team?
except
All right, let me ask you,
goal.
Hassan. Let me ask him a simple question. What needs replacing more? A striker or a number 10 for Liverpool? So let me rephrase it. Do we need to replace Darwin Núñez or Dominic Szoboszlai? What's more of an emergency for you?
Yes. Thank you, Matt. Great question.
It's Darwin Núñez, but it's how you replace him. How do I think we should go about replacing him? How do I think Liverpool plays its best football? I think Liverpool has played its best football throughout this season when we played with 2 false nines. So I want to go and buy the
Which
best
we've
players
done
in
once.
class.
That's
By
the
the way.
smallest sample size, though,
We've
bro.
done it multiple
What?
times. Luis Diaz played false 9 when he was up front. How many games has Luis Diaz played up front?
That's not
Do you
false.
think the
nine,
man?
that's
Genuine
Oh,
question.
so now
Genuine
it's not-
question.
so now
Genuine
it's not
question,
false
Tom.
9.
Tom. Genuine question. Was the manager forced to do that because our strikers are so shit? Yes or no?
Darwin Núñez was on the bench every single one of the
Tom,
games.
I know you know
Diaz ahead of us.
ball, and when you want to be smart, you'll be smart. But right now, you're choosing not to be, and I'll tell you why, Tom. We all know if Alexander Isak was playing for Liverpool, do you think Arne Slot is going to tell him to do the false 9 thing? No, he's not.
Yes.
He wants a striker that can do everything. He wants a complete striker, bro. None of this false 9 stuff. We had to make do.
Let me
land.
land.
Tom, let me land. We had to make do because Darwin Núñez couldn't finish anything, and Diogo Jota was always injured. So the best thing we could do was play a winger who we felt that we could play centrally and just use him to the best of his capabilities. That's what we did, bro.
Can I also jump in and
Would
say
you
something
agree or
else?
disagree with that, Tom?
No, I disagree because Diogo Jota, whenever he played at the start of the season, whenever Diogo Jota's played this year, he's been a false 9. Look at the positions that he picks up. It's why he's been so shit.
He's not been a false 9. It's just
No, but
that
if it
Salah's
just
been more
links up
advanced.
play, there's a
Can I say one? Can I say another thing as well? Because I've seen it pop up in the chat a bit.
I think he's Firmino or something, bro.
and people speak about this as well. The Leverkusen guy is 22 years old, right? The number 14 is 25, I believe, 25, 26. The number 14 has missed 67 games through injury in his career. The Leverkusen guy's missed 79.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah, brilliant. So
Yeah.
how did he miss them games? Let's not be stupid and ignore context here.
I'm not being stupid. And
We are because we're ignoring context. Out of the 71 games that Florian Wirtz has missed, 43 of them came when he done his ACL. So outside of that,
but he's also younger, Tom.
So what's the
So
longest?
you'd
what is
imagine
the
the person who's
longest?
been playing,
what-
so the person
what's-
who's been playing longer, you'd expect them to have a higher amount of injuries, right?
Not
So
necessarily.
this is what I'm
no.
saying. If we're going to add context in, because everyone's saying, "Oh, 14's injury prone and this that, and the other."
Because he is.
Okay.
Just another day with a Tom L, guys. Nothing new. Over
No,
here.
because right. Let's compare it then. Let's compare it. So, the year Florian Wirtz done his ACL was 21-22. So we're going to ignore that year because I don't think it's fair to compare injuries after that point. So we'll do 22-23. Even then, Florian Wirtz missed a bit of that year with an injury. From the second, he missed up until December with that cruciate ligament. If I compare 22-23 to now for these 3 players, Isak missed 18, 12, and 9. Florian Wirtz missed 3, and 5.
But you're not just looking at the last 3 years, Tom. If you're looking at the
Because
overall career, because if you're looking at if we're gonna be breaking it all down, if someone's had them amount of injuries by the age of 22 and they're moving to a more combative, more rigorous, and more physical league, who's to say that there won't be more injuries?
What amount of injuries? He hasn't had an amount of injuries. He just had one extremely long injury.
So where did the other
Alexander Isak has had multiple medium-term injuries, which is more concerning than one long-term injury.
Okay, there's one quick thing I have to say to all this. Both our strikers, Nunes and Jota, have been absolute horseshit this season, while Dominic Szoboszlai has got the most GA from a midfielder since Steven Gerrard in 2009. I know which position I'm going to replace.
Yes, I'm replacing the striker with a false
Very
9.
easy. Very easy.
What
Very easy.
that is hard to understand.
Very easy.
But why are we doing that?
Because I think Liverpool played better with a false 9.
All right. How many times has Leverkusen guy played false 9?
None.
Tell you now.
He's never played false 9.
He's
played 10.
5 games there. He played 5 games there this season.
5 games. Ooh.
If I go, I'll find his career stats now before any of you cry.
But he's normally played 10 wide left as well. It's very rare that he plays.
If we sign Kerkez and Isak, it's better than signing Wirtz and Delap.
As a striker, he's played about 22 games in his career as a striker.
No, he hasn't. He's played 11.
No, because I'm including 15. Sorry, I was including the wrong one. Centre forward and second striker for me is false 9.
No, it's not.
Right. Okay. So what's second striker then?
Is what Dennis Bergkamp used to play with behind Thierry Henry.
Because that role exists nowadays, doesn't it? Which team plays with a second striker now?
Leverkusen, because they play with.
No, they don't. Because Cal, if Leverkusen
who plays up front for Leverkusen, Tom?
Boniface or Schick.
So therefore, who would be playing behind Boniface?
Cal, we're both on Transfer Market, aren't we? We're both looking at the stats on Transfer Market. Transfer Market have him down as an attacking midfielder when he plays. So either he's played 159 games as a second striker, which to me translates as you can go and play false 9 because second striker and false 9 are not.
A second striker is more similar to an attacking.
Every time Tom leans back, I know he lost.
It's like no. Do you know?
To a 10.
Look at thingy. Look at Inter.
A false 9 means there's no one in front of you. Messi played false 9.
Husam, Inter, they strike false.
No, wait. Sorry, go on. Matt. When Messi played false 9 for Barcelona, who played in front of Messi?
No one.
No one.
When Firmino played false 9, who played in front of Firmino?
No one.
When Benzema played false 9, who played in front of Benzema?
No
one.
Should I continue, guys?
No.
My point is not. Florian Wirtz this season and last season and the season before that has played every single game as a false 9. My point is Florian Wirtz has the skill set and the IQ and the quality to move into a false 9 position alongside Dominic Szoboszlai for us. And I feel that would be a better setup for this team than buying Alexander Isak.
Why? Based on what?
Because I think Liverpool, with the squad makeup that we have, with the wingers we have, with the fullbacks we have, and the skill sets they have, benefit more from false 9s, feeding them the ball in positions where they can score, instead of having all of the creativity burden on them to funnel through one striker.
Actually, I'll tell you why you're wrong. Now with us signing Kerkez and Frimpong, you're 100% wrong.
No, I'm not.
Because now this whole team will work towards getting the ball towards a number 9 who can put the ball in the back of the net.
Exactly. Look at Kerkez's distribution this season.
Flying fullback. So I'm going to buy Kerkez. One second. You're screaming and shouting for no reason. You're literally screaming and losing your shit for no reason. So I signed Kerkez. Can I just make my point instead of you deep-throating the microphone? So if Kerkez and Frimpong are running like high and up and down the pitch, they're going to cross the ball into Florian Wirtz. So they overlap with Diaz or with Salah. They get the ball, and then they're crossing it into who? Into false 9 Florian Wirtz. Because Florian Wirtz is going to beat which Premier League centre-back in the air?
No, none of them, because we're not going to cross the ball in like that.
We're not going to cross the ball at all, I'm sure.
Right, okay.
So why are we signing Kerkez then?
That's not what I said.
Why are we signing Kerkez then? Why are we signing Kerkez?
Because we need a good left-back, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and what's one of Kerkez's best attributes?
His dribbling, his go up and down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
up
can I
and
ask you a
down. His dribbling is crossing. So who am I
Can
going
I-
to cross to?
Can I ask you a question, Tom?
Wirtz.
Sorry.
We're
Again,
going to do cut back. If we are modelling our game off of PSG style, who's PSG striker this season? Usman
Can I-
Dembele. Is Usman Dembele number 9? No, he's a false 9. If we are that desperate to model their style of attack, what we need is an intelligent player who can play that role perfectly. We have, in my eyes this season, and a lot of other people's eyes, tried to use that striker as a false 9 at points this year. The problem is we don't have a player for that role, so we are putting square pegs in round holes, whether that be Diogo Jota, whether that be Luis Diaz. The only guy who we haven't tried it with is Darwin Núñez, because no one on this panel has done anything to deserve that punishment. But Liverpool this season have tried to play the false 9.
Can I ask you a question, Tom? Everyone keeps on talking about replicating PSG style. PSG are probably the only team really using that style effectively this season. Not to mention, do we have a left winger as good as their left wingers?
And on top of that, who's our João Neves? Who's our Fabian Ruiz? Who's our Vitinha?
Where did I say we are going to replicate every single part of their style of play? I never said that. I said we were going to take
I never said
inspiration
we're
from
going to
it.
replicate. I'm talking from an attacking standpoint because you mentioned PSG. Fair enough. They've had a fantastic season. When we played the false 9 to the best of our ability, in fact, just forget about us. I'll use the examples again. Messi was playing false 9. Who were the two wingers for Messi at the time?
Suarez Neymar. Or Pedro Villa.
It wasn't. No, I would say it was. Was it not fucking Pedro and Sanchez?
Villa also as well. Who did
play on the wing? Did he?
Who did Benzema have?
Ronaldo and Bale.
Ronaldo
And
Bale.
who did Firmino have?
Salah and
Salah
Mane.
and Mane.
Two wingers who crashed the box, beat their fullbacks, and score an abundant amount of goals. No disrespect to Gakpo, no disrespect to Diaz. We've got Salah who can do that on the right hand side. We know that. Who does that on the left hand side?
The guys who are
Unless you're going to go sign Rodrigo.
The guys who are our second and third top
Rodrigo.
scorer this season.
No, Tom, stop.
No, what do you mean? Stop. That's
Are
how
you
it
really
works.
doing Diaz prop? Is Thomas Little doing Diaz
stop.
prop?
'Cause if we're-
You
I'm not
realize
doing
you're
Diaz.
getting
No, hold
clipped
on,
in
sorry,
Colombia
Sam.
for disrespecting
No,
Diaz.
Husam, wait.
You call him Luis during
Hold on,
the
wait,
3
wait.
months
Sorry,
in the
Husam.
winter and
Tom,
Lucho in the summer.
You just said Diaz has mainly played through the middle this season, so he ain't been a left winger then, has he? Because if you actually break down his
played on the left though, because
and
he's
how
not
many
been the
goals?
starting
How
number
many
now
goals?
for the whole
How many
season.
goals he got from left wing in comparison to centre forward?
I'll tell you now because I think the
warned
majority of his
you,
goals
man.
came from the left.
And then
wing.
how many has Gakpo got from left wing in the Premier League as well?
I warned you, man.
I'll tell you now.
I'm pretty sure Gakpo ain't broken double figures, if I'm not mistaken, in the Prem.
What in the Premier League?
Gakpo has less assists. Gakpo has
This
less
season,
assists than
Gakpo's got
Ederson.
about
by the way.
9
Yeah, but
goals.
Hassan, we're not talking about assists, though, are we? Now we're
What's
talking
that?
about goals.
Yeah,
He's
but
got
yeah,
9 or
that's
10
it.
this season, Gakpo.
So
9
you
or
want
10.
us to replicate PSG's style with someone who you said only plays in the summer months,
Oh,
and the other
apologies.
guy, and the
Gakpo-
other guy who has less assists
He's
than
got
the
10
City
now, innit? I
goalkeeper.
think he just
He's
got
got
10 the
10.
other day.
He's got
Yeah,
10.
he got 10 the
He's
other day.
10.
Yeah.
By the way, I find it very funny that we're doing GA hype when both my left wingers since January have more GA than Kvaratskhelia. If we're doing GA hype, our wingers have more GA. Quality-wise, they're not as good as Kvaratskhelia.
Okay,
But if we're doing
you want to
GA
know why
hype
the
today,
PSG system won't work? You want to know why the PSG system won't
why will
work?
it not work?
Okay, I'll tell you why it won't work at Liverpool. The reason why it won't work at Liverpool is we don't have the midfielders to replicate what the PSG midfielders can do. Because the only midfielder in the Liverpool team that can get into PSG and they play the same way as McAllister. Because Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and João Neves are all better on the ball than Gravenberch, than Szoboszlai, than Eden Hazard, than every single one of the midfielders that we have. The only one that you can take away from Liverpool, put in PSG, and they can continue to execute the system is McAllister.
Yep.
If I bring Vitinha to Liverpool, let's say our first summer signing, Vitinha, I'll go like, okay, now we can replicate it. We can't replicate it with Gravenberch. We can't replicate it with Szoboszlai. We can't replicate it with Hazard. We can't replicate it with Elliott or with
They're
Endo.
not intricate
We just
passes.
can't.
Yeah, like PSG.
Yeah,
I agree.
No,
They're
no,
intricate
I don't disagree with their midfield has more quality than us, which is why I'm not saying I hope Liverpool's midfield plays the exact same way as PSG's does, because I'm not saying that. I'm saying
we're in a
our
harder
attacking
league as well.
patterns are going to be similar. If we look at the way our manager has spoken, and we look at the signing and that we have made and the signings that we want to make, that to me suggests we are trying to emulate that style of attack. We are trying to get a right back who is very good in the final third, very good at making either overlapping or underlapping runs to support the winger and the false nine. We are getting a left back who is as comfortable as in our own half as he is in the opposition half. So yes, if we're building up, he can sit a little bit deeper. Or if we want to give him the license, he can get
I'm
right
so
up there.
tired, Tom.
We are, to me, we want to play a false 9. That is the way I see it going. That is how I want to see us play.
Who did you want as the false 9? Sorry,
want,
Tom. Who did you say you wanted Florian Wirtz to be the false 9?
I want Florian Wirtz to be the false 9.
Even though he doesn't really play there, though.
What false 9s exist nowadays? You have to buy a great 10 and mold them into one.
Cunha.
I want to ask Tom one question here. I'm gonna
Mateus Cunha plays the exact same position that Florian Wirtz does.
And he's
10
also,
for this team.
And he's also got a career.
What about João Pedro? Don't he play false 9 for Brighton?
I don't need a penalty taker. And he plays more.
No, I'm not. But you're saying what false 9s? I'm just saying. João Pedro false 9.
I'm saying you can buy false 9s. Alvarez is a false 9, if anything.
That sounds good. Alvarez ain't no out and out striker like that.
Which is why Alvarez, if we are all conscious, who is the guy who I've said if I was gonna buy a striker, I will be buying this summer? It's Alvarez.
Yeah, you said Alvarez.
My list is Alvarez, number one, because he's the perfect fit. Second is Wirtz. He has the skill set, but you need to mold him into the position. Third is Isak, because I don't think he is what I want for my number 9. I want us to go to false 9. Now, I don't think we can buy the only guy who is the perfect fit for that. So I want us to go and buy the player with the right skill set, which is harder to learn, and nurture them to play that role.
Beautiful. Can I ask a question now? Can I please ask you a question? Here, I'm sharing screen just because I want to understand your thought process. Okay, so let me just, bro. Where the fuck is the screen here?
Why do you want to play false 9 so badly?
Once, I just want to ask Tom a question. So we're playing against Brentford low block. Okay, we're playing against Brentford low block. This is Salah and Frimpong. This is Kerkez and Diaz, right? Number 7 on the screen is Florian Wirtz. Now tell me how the fuck we score against Brentford low block. Explain to me.
First of all, why the fuck is the rest of my team sat on the edge of our box?
No, forget the rest of the team. I'm talking about attacking patterns. Keep bringing up attacking patterns.
Guess what, Husam?
So now Brentford have
attacking patterns have more than 5 players in them.
Okay, here. I'm gonna take these 3 defenders. These are the 3 Brentford defenders set up in a low block here. Happy now?
Now I've got a low block. Why are we only attacking with 5?
Tom.
What am I doing?
Stop being a prick and just listen. Stop being a prick and just listen. So now we've got Kerkez and Diaz on the left-hand side. I've got Salah and Frimpong on the right-hand side. I've got down the middle Florian Wirtz. False 9. So now against the Brentford low block, how do I break down that low block? Tell me. Explain it.
Because guess what? Liverpool aren't going to attack with just 5 players. So you're also.
That's not the point. I'm saying explain how.
It is the point because this is the whole fucking point I'm building up to. You're adding Soberslai and you're adding McAllister into the areas around number 7.
Here, McAllister here. Happy now? Yalla. Now what?
Take away 3, 4, and 5. Put them on the halfway line. I don't need to know where the Brentford low block is going to be. They're going to be in the box. I've gathered that much.
Here you go.
Put them on the halfway line.
Here.
Move number 7 right to the edge of the box.
Okay.
Move 8 into the gap between 7 and 11, a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Move 2 into the gap between 10 and 6.
Okay.
Push 3, 4, and 5 into their half. Not massively into their half, but into their half.
Okay.
Liverpool will be trying to use those triangles out wide that you're seeing. Will build up through the back 3, as you can see. We'll get it out to the triangles out wide where you'll see either Diaz or Kerkez make a run in behind the defence where there'll be nice little link-ups. And then once the fullback has it in that position where you just had him there on the byline, and you can move 9 to be in the same spot for when it's Frimpong.
Okay.
What you are going to create is cutback opportunities for the 5 players on the edge of the box to crash into it.
I'm so glad you said that. So now when the 10 Brentford players are in the box defending, what can we do with a cutback?
You have 7 players in the box. You want us to commit everyone in the box? Husam, what the fuck is Isak going to do against it?
Okay, you wanna know the problem?
Isak is not God who can just.
Okay, I'll tell you the problem. I'll tell you the problem. Callum actually gave you the perfect rebuttal, but you decided to lean back and come close to your microphone and start shouting unnecessarily. When you have a false 9, so forget all this extra shit right here. When you have a false 9, right? This is the false 9 right here, okay? Number 7 is the false 9. Whether it be Wirtz, whether it be whoever the fuck. So this is the false. We're playing with a false 9. In order for the false 9 system to work, this needs to happen and this needs to happen. Now, Callum already said, which I agree with.
Except we're not playing 4-3-3.
1 second, Tom. 1 second. This needs to happen. This and this. Callum already said this can happen, which I agree with. Salah can still crash the box to score goals. Who the fuck is going to do this on the left-hand side?
First of all, both our wingers do that. Hence why I could name you multiple times this season where our wingers have done that. But secondly, Liverpool do not play 4-3-3. We play 4-2-4. So what I want you to do, Husam, move 11 and 9 back out wide and grab number 5 and put him up front alongside number 7.
We don't play 4-2-4.
We do,
Tom.
because that's where fucking Superchats ends.
Tom, you want to know how Wirtz works at Liverpool? Is if we go sign Rodrigo.
He would make it even better.
Because then that would be a front three.
No,
Rodrigo getting in behind. So Wirtz would collect the ball, right? Wirtz would get the ball in those spaces in between their defensive line and their midfield line, and he would be able to create for us. Now I've got Salah crashing the box. I've got Rodrigo crashing the box. I have goal scoring opportunities. It does not work with our current left wingers. You want to know why? Because they're all
it doesn't work.
Because they're all ball to feet, Tom. They're all ball to feet.
Oh my God. How many situations this season have Liverpool played the ball long in behind for the left wingers to create something multiple times? Does it work better with Rodrigo? Yes, I am not going to deny that. But Liverpool, when they attack with 4 going forward. Dominic Szoboszlai makes so many advanced runs that I know you got rid of it now, but I'm gonna have to paint it up with my hands. If you've got 4 in the attack, the moment Wirtz drops off, you've still got your 3. Szoboszlai can still make them runs in behind. Salah can make them runs in behind. Whether you think Diaz or Gakpo are better than Rodrigo or not, they can make those runs in behind.
I'll be back.
At the end of the day, I see that as the better way for us to play.
I don't think Diaz can, to be honest.
Why can't
I think Diaz is ball to feet. Okay, fair enough. Gakpo can run behind and score. Diaz is ball to feet. Diaz really is ball to feet. You cannot deny this.
Gakpo doesn't run in behind loads and score goals like that.
He does.
The goals that Gakpo scored, Callum, a lot of them.
Not to do with this season.
You're shouting for no reason. A lot of the Gakpo goals that he scored, Salah created for him by playing into the space. So Gakpo can do it, but he doesn't do it often enough for me.
Usually crossing to the back post a lot of the time. Again, Gakpo is excellent at what he does, but this notion that we're going to go and sign, as you called it, an elite 10 to then change his position and playing as a false 9 to me makes no sense, especially when said player always plays as a 10, or if anything would play better on the left or at the 10 than they would false 9, but we can just go and get a 9.
Exactly.
I hear that point, but I think this team, with the skill set that these players have, benefits more from a false 9 at this point in time. And I think that if you cannot get Alvarez, what you do is you grab Florian Wirtz, who, for me, when I look at the numbers, when I look at this play style, is eerily similar to the Firmino that was at Hoffenheim. I grab that, I put that in this team. I think at this point in time, Florian Wirtz is
Who's the Mane? Perfect. Who's the Mane? But you're underestimating a big problem in the equation.
I am not underestimating the problem. I am correctly saying, are they as good as Sadio Mane was at that point in time? No. But am I making up for that in a different way? Because guess what, Husam? Let me ask you this. When we played Salah, Mane, Firmino, Mane, Salah, boom, made them runs. Did we have any midfielder for 2 months of Oxlade-Chamberlain?
No, we had a workhorse midfield. Yeah, we know that.
He runs deep from midfield to help support the attack and create more space.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't.
So we are adding that now.
That was going to be my next question, Tom. If we're playing with a false 9, we don't need a 10. So what happens to the midfield, in your opinion, then?
Yes.
In terms of what?
Because in order for that system to work as well, you have to sign Adam Morton.
I think that what will end up happening is one of your DM. So I'm still imagining it's going to be that double pivot.
It won't be a double then, because then you'll have a floating midfield.
Yeah, it won't be a double. It's going to be a flat front.
That floating midfield would effectively get into Wirtz's space.
Hold on. No. Right, okay. You know what? For me to explain this, let me pull up a tactic.
You'd have to play a single pivot and 2
You wouldn't. In terms of when you have the ball, you won't see your pivot be alongside each other because you haven't seen that at all this season. But you will still defend with your double pivot. So if I just quickly chuck,
I like people in the chat saying, "Let Tom cook his cooked salmonella." Can we get the likes up, chat, please? Can we get the likes up first of all? Let's get the likes up here. Go on, explain it, Mr. Tactical.
So, this is how I think Liverpool
Like the video
play.
chat. We got 1,600 people in here. Can we get to 600 likes at least?
This
700
is how
likes?
I think
Let's
we
go.
should play. So you're asking about the midfield. So he's there, he's there, he's there, he's there. You've got him right there. You've got him right there, and then you have centre back. I think what you'll end up seeing is something akin to that.
I agree. No
a
problem.
3-1-6, which can, if the fullbacks go narrow, is a 3-3-4. If they're bombing on, it's a 3-1-6 with your nines tucking in more, and those two coming inside with.
Okay, but can you answer now what happens
wide.
to the midfield? Because that's Callum's question. Explain it.
I'll put names on then. So you know.
Really quick. Why do we buy Kerkez and Frimpong and play them narrow?
Yes.
Because
Great question.
Our fullbacks make these narrow runs. That's what
No. I'm not asking about what our fullbacks do now. Why would we effectively go and get two wing backs or fullbacks who always hold width and start playing them narrow?
Frimpong has made plenty of narrow runs. Kerkez has made plenty of narrow runs. Before this season, Andy Robertson, all he ever done was make wide runs. This season, he's made narrow runs. Has he done them well? No, because Andy Robertson's not a good footballer. But we see what the plan is. What you are getting, look at Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley before this season under Jurgen Klopp was all about this.
Can I say something? You do know an underlapping run is different to playing narrow as a centre back, right?
Yes.
That's not just to you, by the way. That's to everyone in the chat saying they make great underlap. An underlapping run is different to being a narrow fullback.
Yes.
You're just literally
Which Frimpong and Kerkez are not.
Of your run. You're not playing narrow.
Right,
City played narrow in Pep's first season, and he had to stop doing that. Cancelo played very narrow. Trent played very narrow. We're not signing Frimpong and Kerkez to play them narrow.
Flying fullbacks to play narrow. That's my point.
Right. Where did I say that they're going to play narrow for the entire game?
You'll be more akin to like Robbo and Trent back in like say 17, 18 to 19, 20.
Back up now that I've got my names on it, so I can actually properly figure out everything.
Yeah.
If we're like this, and
You're talking about how we played away at City. We get it. Now
Big up Liam from the Bayern view as well.
So what you're going to end up seeing,
Big up Bayern view for the raid.
Gravenberch sucks himself there. I don't know if it's on the screen or not. I can't see it on my own. So
It's on the screen. We can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
The stupid chat you're explain. Go on.
So, what you have is you create the triangles here and here, which allow you to do what you want. If you want Frimpong, if you're seeing that the opposition is struggling with inside runs, you're telling your fullbacks to bomb on like so. If you're seeing that the opposition can't get out wide very well, then you're telling Frimpong to go wide, and you're telling Salah and Diaz to crash the box like that. And you've got your number 10s or your false 9s. One is typically in the box, or it's either that way, and then Salah, and then Szoboszlai. And you are creating the options around to swarm the box. Teams.
Okay, perfect. Can I stop you right there? Just ask you a question. Okay, two problems with everything you just showed. First of all, Wirtz and Diaz will occupy same spaces. Second of all, this doesn't work because Diaz is ball to feet. Do you understand the issue here?
Okay, then. You ready for a simple change? There you
Here
go.
we go.
Problem solved. Because apparently Luis Diaz has the inability, despite the fact he played ball in behind for 3 years under Jurgen Klopp, to go,
No, actually, even under Klopp, he's ball to feet.
No, he didn't.
He was not ball in behind.
No, he did not. Even with Klopp, he was ball to feet. That's why he never got the output of Mane.
No, I don't know what you've watched from Diaz.
In order for this thing to work, you need a goal-scoring left winger. Simple as.
Do I think it helps? Yes. But do I think that if you have Gakpo and Diaz, so you want your goal, how many goals? Let's say Rodrigo.
Okay, remove Gakpo, put Rodrigo. Now everything you've just explained can work. Because I've got two wingers who score goals at a high clip and are capable of putting the ball back.
The thing is, I'm not even saying what Tom is saying is necessarily wrong. It's more about why do you think
guys should be there as well?
Why do you think if we get Alexander Isak and we don't go over false 9 that we can't what's the word? What am I think? What was I going to say? Like he can't be utilized in the right way, so to speak. So
I think this utilize everyone.
What I was going to say is this though. Even though I understand Alvarez will probably suit the system more that you're talking about, I do think with an Isak who can do everything, not just
Yes.
he's a complete.
He's complete.
Yeah, why couldn't he fit into the system? I'm so confused. It's almost like the premise I'm getting, Tom, is it has to be a false nine in the mold of like a Florian Wirtz to make this system really like come to life. Whereas I feel like even if we was to buy Isak and say we didn't get, say Mr. Wirtz, we didn't get Isak, you're telling me that all of a sudden that we can't play something similar. Obviously, it won't be a false nine, but in terms of creating overloads in the right areas, you're telling me we can't do that. In your opinion,
it comes down to what you do after you create the overload. So in this situation, I'll remove Wirtz and I'll put Isak in.
Yeah.
Yes.
You put Isak there.
Sorry, Tom. So let's cut you one last point I just thought of as well. You know how you're saying 4-2-4? I do agree and disagree at the same time. Because I just thought about it now. You say when we defend in a 4-2-4. So if we do catch teams off guard, no. But we defend in a 4-2-4. Yes. When we press, we press in a 4-2-4, right? If we win the ball back, we're most likely going to keep that shape. But there are times though when we're not in a 4-2-4 shape. I just feel that for that.
Yeah,
that 4-2-4 has been overused a bit because we use it to defend, if that makes sense. No, but
so ignore the names. When Liverpool attack, Liverpool don't attack like so Liverpool don't move as one big long unit like this, where we defend in this shape, and then when we win back the ball, everyone just moves 10 yards up the pitch and holds the same shape. No, obviously not. What ends up happening is he gets there. You'll see the striker there or whatever. He'll get there. You'll see Robertson typically sits a little bit deeper. And we oftentimes end up with something like this, which is more like a 2-2 or even at times a 3-1. We don't attack in 4-2-4, but our shape in general is 4-2-4. We want to get one of the midfielders very high up so that he can, when we get the ball to Salah, he can make this run in behind. And if you listen to Arnie Slot, the big thing he goes on about is late runs, win games. He wants one of his midfielders to be making the late run alongside a fullback, making a late run alongside him, making a run, him making a run. He wants as many runners as possible because that's what creates space, dragging defenders out. If you have Isak,
isn't it usually McAllister who makes the late run, Tom? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I should have put McAllister. So there's two types of late runs. So you've got Szoboszlai who makes the initial one. So think back to.
I don't think Szoboszlai makes a late run. I think he makes the pressing run or the trigger run, and I think McAllister makes the late blind run.
So and what gives you the advantage with Isak is he would play on the shoulders of both defenders, therefore allowing all the midfielders and the fullbacks and the wingers to all create for him and give a goal-scoring opportunity most of the attacks.
You explained why I don't want to play a number 9 then. Because if Isak is doing this, let's just move everyone back. If their defensive line is here and Isak's going in behind, their defensive line goes from there to there because centre-backs naturally track the striker. So you're not getting the space because the space is being dragged away. So unless your pass is inch perfect every time to Isak, you are not getting the space. The difference is when he is making the run.
And who would be there to play that pass, Tom?
Who would there do? Yeah, exactly.
In an ideal world, it would be the Leverkusen guy.
Do you think we're getting both Isak and the Leverkusen guy?
Okay, let's say it's not the Leverkusen guy.
One or the other.
Let's say it's not.
Let's use another number 10.
Let's say it's the Leon guy. Let's say it's the Leon guy.
For argument's sake. This is what I was trying to.
So then what you've done, if you're having everything be built around the fact that you are going.
Also, the number 14 can dribble his way out of issues.
That's the thing.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. But what we are going on about, we want a number 9. So you're number 9. Unless you're having it, if you spend 150 million quid on Isak and you're telling him we want you there so that we can have all the late runs there, you've wasted 150 million quid. If you're buying a striker,
we're saying he can do both, Tom.
He's not Usain Bolt. He can't be there and then a pass later be there.
But you're mixing up your runs, though, bro.
I'm not.
You're mixing up your runs
in one way. If you're buying a striker, he's going there, and you're having him in the box.
Tom, have you seen? I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably seen Isak play for Sweden when he plays up front with Gyökeres.
I've never watched Sweden.
Oh, fair play. Well, if you have, I'm just saying, if you have, he plays so differently to how he plays at Newcastle because they play normally like with the two strikers, yeah. And what Isak will do is that sometimes he'll facilitate, and then sometimes he'll go past Kerkez. He does mix up his game a lot, so that's what I'm saying. He's not one dimensional like like a Haaland, so to speak, where like he's just going to be a battering ram, and you're forcing the centre backs back, and you're trying to create that space like in between. Yeah, you don't like between the lines between like their defense.
I agree because that's how he would play with two strikers. The difference is he's not playing with a striker this time. He's playing with a 10. No, so he facilitates because I assume what you're saying is at points in the game, Isak will be the one to drop in and facilitate. At other points, it'll be Kerkez dropping in to facilitate. The difference is now Szoboszlai is not going to be doing any of the I'll be the target man who we're going to play off of and so someone else can drop in and facilitate. That's not his game. No, but Isak is going to be the guy who's going to be there in the box being the. So I think it's the Kerkez role, should we say? For Sweden, Kerkez is the one who's mainly going.
But the number 10 is also going to run past the striker. Remember, it's not so fixated.
Yes, but he's not matching up with the centre backs.
Yeah, but you're making it so fixated, like 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah, in like football, there's going to be moments in games when these things happen naturally.
2 + 2 = 4. It's a different thing, bro. When I've got the whole point of buying marauding fullback.
So my point is
speaking for the last 15 minutes with your fucking tactical board. Okay, fuck Football Manager. This is real life right here. There's not Football Manager.
Go and grab the
big
kids.
Up to you, Callum. This is big up. This is
sorry,
real.
Apologies, bro. I've got to get the kids, bro.
No worries. Big up to you both, guys. Subscribe to Kopish, subscribe to Sanderson Show, subscribe to the Matt One Show.
Cheers, Tom.
Big up to my new tag team partner. Big up, Husam.
Wow.
I wouldn't say new tag team partner. Yeah, Matt. Big up, Matt. Big up, Matt. Listen, I won't abandon Matt. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna abandon Matt.
I'm saying, Matt thinks after one stream, you know.
You think one stream when you agree with me, I'm gonna abandon Matt.
Shield, bro. We could have Shield on New Day.
I see how it is, Cal.
Wow.
No, because then you're giving. If we are the Shield, you're giving heightened importance to Tom, which I refuse. Tom ain't Triple H. Tom is Funaki, so it won't ever be.
I see exactly through
Tom's Spike Dudley, bro.
You tried to heel turn and the faction out, aren't you? Now you just everyone off.
Like literally.
I'll be honest with you. You ain't gonna get between me and Matt. Like it's just not gonna happen. Never.
Even if there's one little, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you're not gonna agree on everything. There's gonna be some things that you know what I'm saying.
Remember your birthday, innit, bro? Now big up you, man.
We're doing one in it. Oh, it has some bless up everyone. Happy birthday, my brother. Yeah. All right. Love, guys. Love.
Hi, Tom. I guess it's just me and you now. Let me just talk to you. Let me just talk to you without you leaning back and being wrong and strong all the time. Look, when you sign marauding fullbacks like Kerkez and like Frimpong, the whole team will try to operate in a way in which we try to pass balls in behind or cross balls into the box or get balls into dangerous position in order for my number 9 to score. The advantage that Isak gives you that Wirtz does not give you is he knows how to deal with center backs. He's played against these Premier League center backs. He can play on their shoulder. He can run in behind, and his pace and power will allow him. I cannot believe I just read that. His pace and power will allow him to run in behind the center backs, even in counter-attacking situations. If I've got Frimpong on the right-hand side, you know, let's say Salah gets the ball. Frimpong is running past him. Kerkez is running on the other side. Isak is running in the middle. I'm going to get so many goal-scoring opportunities. The thing that I want to give you an example of, look at the Crystal Palace goal against Manchester City.
Yeah, really good counter.
Crystal Palace goal against Manchester City is the perfect example, Tom. Okay? So Crystal Palace, Mateta gets the ball in a dangerous position. He plays it into Munoz, who's what? A marauding fullback, who then plays the ball across into Eze, who makes the run into the penalty.
So should we play 3-4-2-1, should we?
No, it's not about 3-4-2-1. I'm just talking about the advantage that the striker gives.
Let me ask you one simple question.
Hold up play as an example is another one. And the one thing that we have not yet addressed, and the one thing that we have not yet addressed in this conversation is the following. The problem is we don't have Vitinha, we don't have João Neves, we don't have Fabian Ruiz. That's the biggest issue we have. The only one that matches them in terms of technique and IQ is literally McAllister. Gravenberch's passing is not even 50%.
I thought he had a good game yesterday, Gravenberch.
I agree he had a good game, but that doesn't mean he's a better passer or equal to any of these.
Husam, I have simply one question on this basis. I get what you're saying with John Marauding fullbacks. I do.
Yes.
Why did it work for Liverpool then when we had 2 marauding fullbacks in Robertson and Alexander-Arnold and no striker because Firmino was false nine?
It worked because
Why did we not struggle to?
no problem. I'll answer your question. It worked because Mo and Mane were the 2 goal scorers in that scenario, and it worked because Trent is a unicorn. Trent was a marauding fullback, but at the same time he was a deep lying playmaker. At the same time he was able to cross the ball. No, even with Klopp, at the same time he was able to cross the ball. Perfect example is one of the goals that we scored against Manchester City. I'll take you back, Tom. The Mo Salah header against Manchester City. Remember it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that sequence right there?
Yeah. Long ball from Trent over to Robertson. Robertson cross from deep.
Yes. Frimpong and Kerkez both are not as good as Prime Robertson and Trent, the unicorn, at long balls and diagonals. They're not. Now, the reason why that gave us an unlock option is when Trent played that when Robertson played that diagonal to Trent then played that immediate first time cross into Mo. Kerkez and Frimpong are not able of doing that. They're not. Frimpong is a dribbling fullback. Kerkez is a dribbling fullback. They're closer, if you would like, to like a Cancelo than they are to a Trent. That's the thing. So that's why I'm saying if I've got a fullback that's high and up and down the pitch all the time, I need them for. I'm not asking for a target man like Peter Crouch, but I'm asking for them to have a target to eventually cross to or pass to. Yes, Wirtz can make inward runs. Yes, Szoboszlai can make inward runs, but it's not as consistent as having a number 9 who is putting the ball in the back of the net at a consistent clip. That's just the truth.
But I disagree though, Husam, because we don't cross like that. Our Liverpool this season are not whipping in loads of crosses for the striker to get the head on. What we are doing is we are either putting these floated crosses to the back post for Winger to get onto, which wouldn't change. In fact, it'd probably be stronger now because not only have you got Winger arriving, you've got wing back arriving late on as well. So you've got multiple options to pick out of the back post now. But we are also trying to get right to byline and cut back towards the penalty spot. People are going to laugh at this. Zone 14 is where we want to be. You get to zone 14 by your fullbacks doing cutbacks.
Yeah.
That is the way I see it shaping up to be. We are trying to get as many players forward so we can either do cutbacks to the edge of the box or winger to winger or wing back to winger. I don't think Liverpool are playing through a striker. I think if you put a striker in there, the game plan would have to be amended in a way where everything gets forced into the striker. And I, for one, I'm not the biggest fan of having everything forced into one focal point. I want us to have multiple options to play through. I feel if you have Wirtz, if you have Salah, if you have whoever you've got on the left, and you have the 2 high fullbacks, you have a multitude of options for how you want to build up an attack. And that, for me, is better than what we're doing with the striker. And I don't disagree on your point of Rodrigo. I think me and you both agree. Rodrigo,
yeah, but that's all I'm saying. If you get me a goal-scoring left winger, it works. But don't tell me Diaz and Gakpo because we both have eyes. Fuck the numbers, Tom. We both have eyes. We know they're not consistent goal scorers like that. They're simply not.
They get the numbers that are required, but it's across the pair.
No, actually, no. If you're gonna get Wirtz, they need like 6 more goals.
No, they don't, Husam.
Yeah, because Salah is not going to score 28 against next year.
Yeah, but Wirtz can pick up that slack though because Wirtz is a very good goal scorer. I just need them to produce the same level of numbers they've done again. Now, do I want us to get a winger? Because you know what would be funny? It's full circle. You know who would really work at the getting behind winger? Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon would be really good at this getting behind winger thing because he's very quick and he's very good at running off the shoulder. Do I think that's what we necessarily need? No, that's why I didn't mention him. Rodrigo is the perfect one. If you don't get him, I'm fine with what we've got for you.
Okay.
But I want to see.
Let me just read the superchats before we get out of here. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Everyone, please hit the like button. Everyone, please subscribe. Let me just grab these superchats before we get out of here. Big up to Terry, who says, no, LB is live right now. Video titled Kerkez Hijack. Oh, damn, he refunded you? Fair enough. He said, fuck your money, Terry Tibbs. Hey, I hear it. Happy 50th birthday, Husam. Chin up. You don't look a day older than 44. May you be blessed for many more years to come. Blessing for your future. Never walk alone. Take so much two culls despite you taking the piss. I am not 44. You fraud. I am not 44. Big up to Kazi Ayaz, who says, morning, gents. Off topic, but coming to Liverpool from Texas for the parade. Are you all doing a meet? Would be awesome to see you guys in person. I assume if Tom and Callum and the guys are meeting each other, then they're all gonna hang out with each other. No, Tom?
Probably. I haven't ironed out.
Come
any
close to the
details
microphone because this guy's from Texas. So show some respect.
Probably, yes. I haven't ironed out any details yet.
Yes, there you go. But they will probably end up meeting people and stuff.
I'll never say no to a drink.
Big up to Tarek who says, big up Husam, first time donator, up the Reds. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for the super chat. You got me. It's your first ever super chat, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Big up to you, Habibi. Look at the injury record. Isak has an injury record while Wirtz is robust. That was not true because we just debunked that because Wirtz done his ACL and he was out as well for a good period of time.
Yeah, but this is the part that was confusing me. If someone gets one major injury and then after that gets no injuries, they're as injury prone as someone who gets 5 or 6 minor, medium.
Yeah, but Isak done 41 out of 49 games.
Yes, he's had 1 year. He's had 1 year of it. He's still. This is the.
And guess what? With our medical team, we are gonna get him even more fit.
He's missed 9 games in all comps this season. Last season,
to be fair to Tom, Wirtz is more realistic than Isak. Also, Wirtz is just 22 while Isak is turning 27. Isak's not turning 27. Isak ain't turning 27. What do you mean?
Yeah, he is. He's 26 in September, so he's not.
27. He's 25, and he's literally gonna be 26 during the season. Have some shame. He ain't turning 27. I believe Wirtz has a much higher ceiling, KDB level. Also, when you say it's realistic, you do realize the German player dream 99% is to play for Bayern Munich. So when you say it's realistic, I don't know how realistic you're talking about.
It's more realistic than Isak in my eyes. Isak just isn't happening.
What can Isak do when Szoboszlai is playing behind him? It's not about Szoboszlai alone playing behind him. It's about Frimpong and Kerkez and Salah and all these guys. Facilitator first. Tom, you onto something, is what selection is saying. Yeah, but selection agreeing with you is dangerous because he wanted us to keep Nunes. He said we should sell Salah and keep Nunes. We'd have never won the league. Big up to Tushar Kumar who says, is there an outside chance of Salah becoming our number 9 next season? Makes more sense when we're going so hard for Wirtz. Frimpong could become right winger too.
I don't
listen. In order for that to happen, you need to shuffle the wing positions a little bit. Lock up Tom, no lawyer, throw away the keys. What Fonzie is saying. Zaheb Qurashi says, you guys rate Elliot Anderson as 10 as a plan B. I'll be honest with you, Zaheb, out of all the suggestions we've had in the chat and every single Tom Little suggestion, this is by far the worst suggestion in the history. I appreciate your super chat. I appreciate your love. Thanks so much for always showing us love and appreciate all you guys' support and stuff. But this is by far the worst suggestion in history of the channel. Give me a flight over Bermuda if I had to defend Tom. Hey, Matt tried it today and then had instant regret. You get me? So anyway,
I think a lot of people agreed with my vision. I think that's how I want to.
But that's because people live in the moment. Because we're linked to Vert, everyone's like, oh yeah, Tom is cooking. But they forget what Isak is. We sign Isak alone, we win the league next year directly. Like that.
But what's funny, Husam, is you also know that Isak isn't my first choice striker. So my point is,
yeah, I know. Our first choice striker is Julian. Yeah.
Who unfortunately is staying at Atletico.
Let's hope Simeone wants to save the whore. This is all because we had to sign that Uruguayan. See you next Tuesday.
So anyway, because you wouldn't give up Diaz.
Say that again.
It's all because you wouldn't give up Diaz.
Yeah, we didn't give up Diaz last summer. We would have had Julian Alvarez. Anyway, Stevie Wonder believes in your vision, Tom. Anyway, guys, this stream is going to take you over to the football terrace. Straight facts. I'm back tonight for City Bournemouth, inshallah. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Thank you guys so much for showing us love. Thank you guys so much for showing us support. Thank you all for the birthday wishes as well. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be back, inshallah, for the City Bournemouth game. Peace out.